People don't always realize that they are stuck in a whirlwind of unrealistic expectations that makes their joy and happiness fragile. Sometimes, even their closest relationships can become the source of anxiety and deep disappointment. Maybe you are on the verge of a major event, like a painful breakup, even though the affection hasn't yet failed Ed. Or they may be stuck in a family conflict where differences in perspective and consciousness can't be resolved. In these situations, you may wonder if there is a way to find inner peace. The answer lies in the philosophy of self-discipline, where the idea of detachment shines like a lighthouse in the dark, showing the way to tranquility. Deciding to be detached is not a waste of time. It's a meaningful journey that lets us live beautifully in each moment without being controlled by the outcome. In today's video, we'll explore the power of detachment through 7 steps of separating oneself from circumstances and using it as a tool to weather the storms in relationships, work, and facing challenges. But before we start, I have a challenge for you. Watch the video all the way through and follow all 7 principles. If you can do this, leave a comment below this video with your answer. Number 1. Set boundaries for how you feel. It's important to learn how to control our feelings in this crazy world, not only to keep ourselves safe, but also to keep the relationships we value. Stoicism helps us understand that we can control our emotions by accepting them and acting on them based on reason. When we take the time to understand our emotions, we not only find out why we act the way we do, but we also learn how to deal with them in a smart way. It takes patience and self-discipline to recognize when your emotions start to get the best of you and choose not to let them run your life. At times, getting your problems solved is the most important thing you can do to protect your mental health and help other people more effectively. As part of self-care, this shouldn't be seen as selfish. The COVID-19 pandemic taught us a lot about how important it is to love and care for ourselves. It made us realize that our mental health needs to be just as important as our physical health. Taking care of yourself doesn't just mean eating right and working out. It also means taking care of your soul by doing things you enjoy. Taking time to rest and set healthy limits in relationships can help us grow as people and also help others in a deeper way. On the other hand, respecting each other's personal space and boundaries in a relationship is also a form of love. By giving others the room to freely express themselves and grow, we not only make them feel respected and valued, but we also help them become more independent and confident. As a healthy relationship builds, each person has the chance to reach their full potential while supporting the other. Refusing to listen or help others isn't always rude. Sometimes it's the best way to protect our mental health and make sure that when we return, we can truly support them most effectively. Setting emotional limits is more important than ever, keeping us grounded and preventing us from being overwhelmed by outside pressure. In the end, setting emotional limits is not only a step toward personalization and autonomy, but also an inspiration to those around you. When we learn to live fully and meaningfully in a world that is always changing, we not only improve our mental health, but also make the world a better place, inspiring others to do the same. Setting boundaries for your emotions is an important part of being emotionally intelligent and mentally healthy. It means being aware of and putting limits on how much emotional input and output you can handle. This way, you don't let your own or other people's emotions drain you or overwhelm you. This skill helps you stay balanced and strong in many areas of your life, from personal ties to the workplace. Knowing yourself. To set emotional limits, you must first be aware of your own emotional state. To do this, you need to be aware of your emotions, know what makes you feel strongly, and know how much emotional load you can easily carry. Journaling, practicing mindfulness, and reflecting are all things that can help you become more self-aware. Talking to people. Make it clear to others what your mental needs and limits are. This could mean telling someone when a subject is touchy for you, asking for space when you're feeling very emotional, or saying how certain actions make you feel. Clear communication keeps people from misunderstood you and makes sure that your boundaries are honored. Being assertive. Being firm when you set and enforce your limits is important. That doesn't mean you have to be mean. It just means being firm and clear about your boundaries. Being assertive means standing up for yourself with grace and confidence, which is important for keeping healthy emotional limits. Knowing and accepting the limits of others. It's important to understand and accept other people's emotional boundaries, just like you set your own. This means being aware that different people can connect with others emotionally in different ways, and adjusting your interactions and standards to fit those differences. Evaluation and change on a regular basis. It's possible that your mental needs and limits will change as you grow and as your life changes. You can better handle new situations and relationships if you regularly check in with your emotions and the limits you've set. This will also help you make sure that your emotional limits are always appropriate for your current state. Setting and sticking to healthy emotional limits is good for your mental health and makes your relationships better, so they last longer and give you more happiness. Number 2, talk to a reliable person. Learning to separate from other people and situations can make us feel like we are facing a huge world by ourselves. That's when seeking resonance and sharing with a reliable friend becomes a lifesaver, a pillar in the storm that helps us realize we are not alone. So, step 2, talk to someone you can trust. It's not just advice, it's a way to survive and find yourself again. When we open up and share our worries, concerns, or even small joys with someone, we're not just looking for comfort or solutions. We're doing a powerful act to explore and redefine our limits. Each story helps us build a strong wall around ourselves that keeps bad feelings and bad events out. Take the example of Max, who was recently going through a lot of stressful situations at work because of disagreements with co-workers. Max was tired and off balance, and he was afraid that this would make it harder for him to keep the peace and detachment he needed in these situations. Choosing to ask for help. During their talk, Max called his longtime friend Alex, who knew a lot about Stoicism. Max told them about his problems and fears. Alex listened carefully and then shared his thoughts on how to stay calm during life's storms, stressing that every problem is a chance to make your will and intelligence stronger through this talk. Max understood that getting help and seeking it doesn't go against the principles of Stoicism. It's actually a part of growing and improving yourself. Max was inspired and given the strength to keep going on his journey with a calmer mind and a clearer conscience. He did this by realizing that emotional independence also means sharing and connecting with others. Sharing with a reliable friend is like opening a new door that lets the light of understanding and empathy shine through, driving away the darkness of loneliness and confusion. In this way, we not only create a positive distance from what we want to get rid of, but we also reaffirm our value and inner strength. This is the essence of Stoic philosophy, not to avoid the world, but to learn to face and overcome it with calmness and determination. We all have many relationships, but who is that one person you can trust and share with? Feel free to share your story in the comments below. We can't wait to hear it. Talk to a reliable person is a good concept that stresses how important it is to get help and advice from people you can trust. Speaking with someone you can trust can be very helpful, whether you need help with something personal, business, or emotional. Sharing your thoughts, worries, and problems in a safe space can help you find answers and solutions that you might not have seen when you were dealing with problems on your own. Identifying a reliable person. Figure out who in your circle you can trust, who is understanding, and who has a past of keeping secrets. The person you choose should care about you and make you feel safe, being open and honest with them. The benefits of open communication. Telling someone you trust about your thoughts and feelings can help you relax, see things from a different angle, and find good solutions to problems. It's a form of therapy that can help your mental and emotional health. Building trust and respect. When you talk to someone you can trust on a daily basis, you build a stronger relationship based on trust and respect. When things get bad, this relationship comes in handy and helps build a sense of safety and community. Help and advice that you can use. Someone you can trust will often be able to give you useful advice based on their experience or knowledge, which can be very important for making smart choices. With their help, you can get through tough situations where you might feel lost or stressed. Promoting personal growth. Talking to a trustworthy person can make you think about things in new ways and push you to grow. They can make you think about what you think, question what you think, and get out of your comfort zone, all of which are important for personal growth. Number 3. Think about why it makes sense to distance yourself. The great Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "What you think about yourself is much more important than what other people think of you." This is not just advice, it's also a core principle of Stoic philosophy that we should follow as we try to separate ourselves from people and situations that bother us. An important step is to logically consider keeping a distance. Imagine living in a family where members constantly argue and doubt your choice of career. You constantly get into fights with your parents, and no matter what you do, you always feel stifled and uncomfortable. When you think about it logically, keeping your distance from family fights and problems is very important. By separating yourself from these issues, you not only keep your mind clear, but you also protect your peace and balance. This not only helps the mind, but also makes it easier to grow as a person. You can focus your time and energy on good things and people outside of your family, which will help and encourage your personal growth. By separating yourself from these people and situations, you are not only protecting your mental health, but also giving yourself a place to relax and grow. This will help you stay focused on your personal goals and values instead of letting negative things around you control you. Keeping your distance from negative people or situations is not only a way to protect yourself, but also a way to care for yourself and grow so that you can live a happy, meaningful life, pursuing the values and goals you truly believe in. Let me explain what I mean by keeping a distance. When you consciously choose to stay away from negative people or situations, you create a positive and healthy environment for yourself. By doing this, you not only keep your spirit clean and alert, but you also improve your resilience and empathy toward others. Keeping your distance also gives you the freedom to express yourself and develop your skills, ideas, and potential without being swayed by opinions or control from others. Leave a comment and let me know if you have learned a lesson through this. There are times in life when you need to separate yourself from people, places, or events for your own health or growth. This act isn't about being alone. It's about doing what you need to do to make your life better, protect your mental health, and get back on track with your ideals and goals. You can make better choices in relationships and exchanges if you know when and why to distance yourself. Taking care of your mental health, getting away from people or situations that are bad for you and cause constant worry or anxiety can be very important. This step is good for your mental health because it helps you feel less emotionally worn out and gives you back your peace and security. Improving your personal growth. Getting away from places or people that stop you from growing can help you improve your personal growth. It gives you room to think about your goals, pick up new skills, and connect with new ideas or people who can help you grow. Improving ties. It's funny, but sometimes spending time apart can make ties stronger. Distance gives both people a chance to think about how the relationship works, value each other, and work on personal problems that might be making things worse in the relationship. Getting a better view. Taking a step back from something gives you a better, more objective picture of what's going on. It gives you a chance to think about your feelings and choices without feeling rushed, which helps you make smarter decisions. Setting boundaries. Getting away from someone teaches you how to set and stick to good boundaries. This skill is important for getting along with others and making sure you are treated with the respect you earn. By learning about and using strategic distance, you can keep your emotional, mental, and even physical health in better shape, creating environments where you can grow. Number 4. Think carefully about what will happen when you distance yourself. Even though step 3 tells you to stop, in step 4 you have to face the question, what are the consequences of disengaging? To take this simple step, you need to be honest with yourself about the possible outcomes, which not everyone is willing to do. Remember that every action and choice has a web of effects that affects not only the person doing it, but also the people they are connected with. Retreating is not always a therapeutic action. It can lead to unplanned outcomes. More importantly, never underestimate the power of human connection. Once you decide to retreat, it can hurt not only you, but also the souls you are connected with. Carefully think about the effects of this choice. From broken relationships to loneliness can put pressure on your spirit and soul. Pause. Think about all of your options, and don't let short-lived feelings or senses guide your choices. Visionary thinkers should have a brave spirit and be ready to deal with the results of their actions. Take a moment to think about this. Every time you retreat, you might be farther away from the noise of the world, but you might also be farther away from the warmth of human connection. Every time you set boundaries, you might be strengthening your inner castle, but you might also be building walls that keep you from hidden experiences that make life more meaningful. Remember that in the vast world of existence, every action has a reaction, and every decision has an outcome. As you reflect on the threshold of retreat, do so with the responsibility it deserves. In the whirlpool of thought lies the logic of understanding, and in the resolve to face the consequences of action lies our essence. Isn't this an exciting journey where you learn about the practical lessons and knowledge that Stoicism has brought into your life? I have another challenge for you. Please like and share this video. Your help will bring the Stoic mindset to even more people. It can be smart or important to remove yourself from a situation, relationship, or environment. There are big emotional, psychological, and practical effects that can come from stepping away from something, like a bad friendship, a stressful job, or an overwhelming social duty. You need to carefully think about these effects because they can have an effect on your mental health, relationships, and general health. We'll talk about the different things you should think about when you decide to create space so you can make an informed decision. Emotional support versus being alone. Getting away from someone can help you feel better right away if you're feeling stressed or uncomfortable. But it's important to think about the possibility that you will feel more alone or isolated. Think about how this change will affect the people who help you feel better. Effects on friends and family. Think about how your choice to separate yourself might affect the way you interact with other people. For instance, pulling away from someone could accidentally hurt relationships with other people or make a group more tense. It's important to be clear with those who are influenced about what you need and why. Consequences for the long and short term. Think about the long-term and short-term effects of pulling away. Some choices may seem like they will solve the problem right away, but they may cause bigger problems down the road, like fights that aren't solved or missed chances to make peace, growth and development of the person. Getting some distance can give you the time and room you need to think and grow. Think about whether this space will give you the time and perspective you need to grow as a person or to rethink your values and goals. Different options and limits. Before you take a step back, you might want to consider other options, such as making your limits clearer or being more clear about what you need. There are times when a full split isn't needed if other, less extreme steps can work just as well. If you think about these things, you can be sure that your choice to separate yourself is well thought out and good for your long-term health. Number 5, step away from that person for a while. Why is it important to take a break for a while? This is because during moments of stress and pressure, we humans often get caught up in the whirlwind of emotions and immediate reactions without taking enough time to think calmly and soberly, especially when emotions become too difficult to control. We may lose the ability to view things objectively and thus react in ways that do not truly reflect our essence and values in this context. Creating a temporary distance, a space to breathe and reflect, becomes essential. Imagine you and a close friend of yours get into a heated argument due to a difference in opinions. Both of you feel angry, and each word and each action only makes things worse in moments like these. Continuing the dialogue only adds to the misunderstanding and causes deeper wounds. Instead, you decide to create distance, taking time for both to settle emotions and think about the situation from a different perspective. More importantly, reflecting on how you reacted could be the most important step towards reconciliation and deeper understanding between the two. For example, after you and your close friend create some distance, you spend time alone, walking in the park, thinking about the deeper causes of the conflict. You realize that part of your frustration comes from the pressure and stress at work, not entirely because of your friend's actions. When you meet again, you open up about this realization from there. Both of you find a new direction in the relationship, a new way to understand and respect each other more through creating space and time to reflect. We not only learn how to resolve conflicts more effectively, but also develop the ability to self-control and higher self-awareness, important qualities of a peaceful and positive life philosophy. Not only is this a lesson in patience and self-control, but it's also a way to learn more about yourself and the people around you. By taking this approach, you not only solve the problem at hand, but you also lay the groundwork for future interactions that will be positive and lasting. More importantly, the time apart helps you understand how important it is to show gratitude and appreciation for those around you. When you come back after the distance, you often feel more grateful for what you have and realize the real value of a sincere apology. A nice hug, or just having someone there with you when things are hard. In summary, creating a temporary distance between you and stressful situations or relationships is not only an effective method to reduce stress and find solutions to the problem, it is also an important step in the journey of self-development, an opportunity for you to reconsider yourself and your values and priorities in life. When you learn to create and use this distance wisely, you not only solve the immediate difficulties, but also open a new path for personal development and harmony in all relationships. Before moving on to step 6, let's visit the story of Jack, a talented software developer famous in the tech community for his breakthrough projects. Every evening he would spend time after work browsing tech forums and answering questions from the community. However, he began to feel the stress from the pressure to always be online and active, leading to an imbalance between work and life. Therefore, Jack decided to undertake an important practice in Stoic philosophy. This decision provided Jack with a peaceful and quiet space, helping him focus on personal development and reflect on his life's priorities. Taking this break helped him be more creative and get better at programming. Following his principle of living a meaningful and self-directed life, any of us could have experiences like Jack's. In this day and age of 40, when social media and information are at an all-time high, we always have to be online to prove our presence and get attention from others. To find a way to get away from situations like Jack's, step 6 will be a breakthrough that helps you escape the shell you built for yourself and live with your true self. Number 6, stay away from social media for a while. Marcus Aurelius, a great example of Stoic philosophy, wrote beautifully about how important it is to find peace within oneself instead of seeking praise from others. In this light, taking a break from social media is not a retreat, but a reclaiming of our sacred space from the constant demands of outside approval. When we take a break from social media, we break free from the ties of competition and comparison that social media often makes us feel. We rediscover the power of the present moment when we are away from electronic noise. This practice helps us live more truly by letting us experience the world directly through our senses, without any filters. Big Toe. Another well-known Stoic philosopher compared the mind to a healthy garden. Just like a garden needs careful care to keep weeds from taking over, our minds do best when they are fed and kept safe from the harmful seeds and distractions that social media plants. Taking a break from social media gives us the mental clarity and peace we need to tend to the garden of our soul, where we grow thoughts and actions that are in line with our true values and goals. We can rethink our lives by focusing on what's important: personal growth, meaningful relationships, and living a life in line with the Stoic virtues. Through peaceful detachment, we find a more meaningful way to live by putting our inner peace above the chaos of the outside world. It's a journey back to our true selves. Stoics believe that people should live a purposeful, moral, and peaceful life. When we disconnect from social media, we find quiet and solitude. These are not empty spaces, but rather places where we can grow and discover ourselves. We find the peace we've been looking for not in the midst of noise and distractions, but in the sacred space of ourselves. Are you ready to try stopping social media for a while? I want you to take a break from social media for a certain number of days and show that you're serious about sticking to it. For example, I'm going to take a 7-day break from social media. If you give yourself a clear goal and reach it, you will find the real value of being patient. In the fast-paced digital world we live in now, social media has become an important part of our daily lives. It helps us connect with others, share information, and have fun. But spending too much time on social media can also hurt your mental health, your ability to get things done, and your relationships with other people. Taking a break from social media every once in a while can be very helpful for maintaining a healthy lifestyle. If you want to take a break from social media, good for your mental health. Taking a break from social media can help a lot with the stress, anxiety, and sadness that come with constantly comparing yourself to others and getting too much information. Disconnecting can help reset your mind and make you feel better emotionally all around. More work getting done. It's easy to get sidetracked by social media, which can waste time that could be used for more useful things. You can get back this time by not using social media and using it to work on things that need your full attention and imagination. This will make you more productive. Better relationships. Social media can sometimes make shallow online ties stand in for real-life interactions. Taking a break lets you get back in touch with people in real life, which can improve the quality of your relationships and help build a stronger sense of community. A better night's sleep. The blue light that screens give off and the mental stimulation from reading material can make it hard to sleep if you use social media too much, especially right before bed. Taking a break can help your sleep habits get back to normal, which can improve your health and give you more energy. Being more self-aware. Taking a break from the steady stream of alerts and updates can help you think about your own values and goals. You can focus more on your own thoughts and feelings when you don't have to listen to endless feeds. This can help you become more self-aware and grow as a person. These points will help you understand why taking a break from social media is a good idea and how it can help you live a more healthy and happy life. Number 7. Pay close attention to your basic needs. In the last step, turn your attention from the outside world to yourself. This is the core of Stoic thought, and it's where we can take charge of our souls. We learn to separate ourselves from people and things that aren't good for us while we think about our ideals, dreams, and what's important in our lives. Not only are we avoiding effects from the outside, but we are also starting to work on an inner journey to get in touch with our most basic wants. Taking care of yourself doesn't just mean putting your body first by exercising and eating right. It also means taking care of your mind and spirit by doing things that bring you peace and clarity. We look for satisfaction in an emotional self-reliance process where we learn to recognize and control our emotions in a healthy way so they don't control our state. Daily self-reflection is an important way to tell the difference between basic needs and short-term wants. It helps us figure out what really matters and is worth our time and effort. By doing this, we learn to tell the difference between what we can control and what we can't, which encourages us to work on our personal growth and improvement. The main goal is inner peace, which means we have to practice going back to our center and setting limits to protect our mental and emotional health. Focusing on our basic needs not only helps us stay calm during life's storms, but it also lets us say no to demands and yes to experiences that make our lives better. In the end, focusing on our basic needs gives us the chance to live a life that is in line with our core values and life's purpose. We are encouraged to live authentically and purposefully, no longer relying on outside approval, but finding satisfaction in ourselves and our contributions. A meaningful and peaceful life comes from letting go of what isn't necessary and embracing our real essence. This is the core of Stoic philosophy, and it's where we find the strength to handle our souls. We should think about our hopes and dreams and figure out what's most important to us. It's easy to forget about the most important parts of our health when we're busy with daily tasks. It's not just about living that we need to pay close attention to our basic needs. It's also about thriving. Focusing on your basic mental and physical needs can help your health, make you stronger, and make your life more balanced. We'll talk about why it's important to put these basic needs first and how doing so can make our lives better in general. Food and water. Eating right and drinking enough water are two very important parts of staying healthy. A well-balanced meal gives the body the nutrients and energy it needs to work at its best. Staying hydrated helps with important functions like digestion, circulation, and keeping the body's temperature stable. Making sure you consistently eat healthy foods and drink water helps keep your body and mind healthy. Adequate sleep. You need sleep to heal, think clearly, and stay emotionally stable. Most adults need between 7 and 9 hours of sleep each night. Having a regular sleep schedule and a dark, quiet place to sleep can greatly improve the quality of your sleep. Getting enough sleep can help your happiness, productivity, and immune system. Regular exercise. Being active is important for keeping your body healthy and dealing with stress. Regular exercise can help you lose weight, keep it off, make your heart stronger, and lower your risk of getting long-term diseases like diabetes and high blood pressure. It also raises endorphins, which can make you feel better and give you more energy. Managing worry. Long-term worry can be very bad for your physical and mental health. Mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing movements, and yoga are some techniques that can help you deal with stress. Setting aside time for leisure and relaxation in your daily schedule can help you avoid burnout and feel better generally. Connections with other people. People are social animals, and keeping up good relationships is important for mental health. Having friends and family over can help you deal with stress, boost your happiness, and give you support when things get tough. Putting family and friends first or taking part in community events can make your life much more satisfying. Some basic things that people can do to improve their health and well-being can help them build a strong base for a healthy and happy life. Not only does taking care of your basic needs keep you from getting sick, but it also helps you stay healthy so you can live a full and busy life. We just went on a great journey using Stoic philosophy to learn how to let go of relationships and situations that aren't good for us. This is not only a lesson in spiritual freedom, but also an important step towards independence and inner peace. These moments of reflection can open up a new world of self-understanding and acceptance, letting us see life from a new, more hopeful and capable angle. If these lessons have touched your heart, please leave a like and share this video with people you think will be inspired. Let me know what you thought about today's lesson. Which step impressed you the most? Are you ready to put them into action? Leave a comment on how you overcame the challenge to watch the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so we can continue our journey of exploring inner peace and mental strength together. Click on and watch the next videos on the screen to learn how to be a real Stoic. Write your own story with every move you make and choice you make. Thanks for being here today, and we'll see you in the next video.